विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोशतशतरीस डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधार शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंदा। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna, everybody. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, chapter number 7, entitled as The Sacrifice Performed by Daksha. And today we're going to learn from text number 29. Rudra Vacha Tava Vrada Varangrava Ashesha Akhilarthe हे अपि मुनिभीर असक्तेर आदरेण अर्हणया यदि रचितादियं मा विद्यालोको अपविद्धं जपति ना गणे तात तवत् प्रणा अनुग्रहेण। रुद्रवाचा तावा वृदावरनगराव अशिले कलार्थे हे आपि मुनिभिर असक्तिर अध्रेण हरणे यादि रचिम धिया मनाविदलोक पवित्रम जपति न गणे तत्तव प्राण अनुग्रहेण। प्लीज रुद्रवाचा तावा व्रतावरणाग्रवशेषार्थे यापि मुनिभिः असकातिरद्रेण हरणे यादि रचिधिया ममाविदलोक पवित्रम जापाति न गणे तत्तव प्राणानुग्रहेण। रुद्रवाचा तावा व्रतावरनग्रव अशिक्लेख अर्थे हे आपि मुनिभिः असक्ति अध्रेण हरणे यादि रचिधियमविदलोकपवित्रम् जपति न गणे तत्तव प्रानुग्रहेण। रुद्रवाचा तावा व्रतावरणगरव अखिलार अर्थे हे आपि मुनिभिः असकृत आदरेण हरणे यादि रचिधियमविद्यलोकोपविद्धम् Japati na ganyata tava pranugrahena. Word to word meaning. Rudraha vacha. Lord Shiva said, Tava, your, Varada, O Supreme Benefactor, Vara Anugrahu, precious lotus feet, Ashisha, by desire, Iha, in this material world, Akhila Arthe, for fulfillment, He Api, certainly, Munibhir, by the sages, Asaktehe, liberated, Adrena, with care, Arhane, worshipable, Yadi, if, Rachita Diyam, mind fixed, Ma, me, Avidya Lokaha, the ignorant persons, Apaviddam, unpurified activity, Japati, utters, Na Ganaye, do not value, Tat, iti, tat, it, Tavat para anugrena, by compassion like yours. Translation by and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Lord Shiva said, my dear Lord, my mind and consciousness are always fixed on your lotus feet, which is the source of all benediction and the fulfillment of all desires, are worshipped by all liberated great sages because your lotus feet are worthy of worship. With my mind fixed on your lotus feet, I am no longer disturbed by persons who blaspheme me, claiming that my activities are not purified. I do not mind their accusations, and I excuse them out of compassion, just as you exhibit compassion toward all living entities. Purport. Lord Shiva expresses herein his regret at having been angry and having disturbed the sacrificial activities of Daksha. King Daksha had insulted him in many ways, and thus he had become angry and had frustrated the entire sacrificial ceremony. Later, when he was pleased, the yajna performances were reinstituted, and therefore he regretted his activities. Now he says that because his mind is fixed on the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Vishnu, he is no longer disturbed by the ordinary critics of his way of life. From this statement by Lord Shiva, it is understood that as long as one is on the material platform, one is affected by the three modes of material nature. As soon as one is in Krishna consciousness, however, one is no longer affected by such material activities. One should therefore always be fixed in Krishna consciousness, busy in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. It is guaranteed that such a devotee will never be affected by the actions and reactions of the three modes of material nature. This fact is also corroborated in Bhagavad Gita. Anyone who is fixed in the transcendental service of the Lord has surpassed all the material qualities and is situated in the status of Brahma realization, in which one is not afflicted by hankering for material objects. The recommendation of the Srimad Bhagavatam is that one should always be Krishna consciousness and should never forget his transcendental relationship with the Lord. This program has to be followed strictly by everyone. From the statement of Lord Shiva, it is understood that he was always in Krishna consciousness and thus he remained free from material affliction. The only remedy, therefore, is to continue Krishna consciousness rigidly in order to get out of the contamination of the material modes. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Anmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपिशा गोपिका कांता श्री राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी नित्यनामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पश्चाते देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय बोले श्रीमते कदम कानन स्वामी ते नामिने. Okay, so we are somewhere still in the sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. Daksha has started again, but this time he started by the permission of Lord Shiva, who he offended previously. And when he did that, and he has to pay the price for it. And what was the price? Yeah, he got the goat head. Who likes to have that price? Goat head. Nobody. Usually in our society, we tell somebody you have a goat head means he has a dull head. Like he has no intelligence. He can't discriminate where and to whom and how to speak or how to interact with people at certain occasion. Lord Shiva is one of the Mahajana. He's always focused his mind or fixed his mind at the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. In today's verse, he's claiming the same thing. He's saying, I'm always fixed, I have always fixed my mind at the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. But previously, he said the same statement to his wife Sati in chapter 3, which is very famous verse here. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabditam Yadayate Tatra Puman Apavartaha Satvem Cha Shabdim Bhagavan Vasudevo He Adokshaje Me Namasa Vidiyate. That I am always paying my obeisances to Lord Vasudeva, who is in pure consciousness. Okay, because Lord Krishna is only been known in pure Shuddha Sattva, in Krishna consciousness without any covering. So he was always fixed. If you see all of his picture, he's always holding a bead, always chanting Lord's holy name. Okay, that person is not been affected. And previously we see that he was right sitting there next to Brahmaji, and Daksha was straightway on his face, he was criticizing, straightway on his face. But he didn't mind because he was not in the world. Even though physically he was present there, but mentally he was thinking, that's what he said. He said, I didn't even notice that you came in because I was completely meditating. I was in a trance. When a person in a trance, he forgets everything what is around us. Who has come, who has gone, who has fallen down, who has raised. It doesn't matter at all. Prabhupada says that's the absorption we want in our Krishna consciousness. And he gives the example of a person who is a bell metal person. What do you call it? Bell metal? Yeah, that's the person. Prabhupada gives an example. In one village, this person, he was so poor, a person bell metal, he was making the arrows. You know, when he was banging the arrows and make sure it's straight, he was so absorbed at his work. He said front of his shop, there was a whole procession of king passed out. When a king passes, he doesn't pass alone. He just passes with all his paraphernalia, all his entourage. You know, horses, foot soldiers, you know, queens, elephants, and there's a lot of noises are there with the drums, bang, bang, bang. And who will miss that whole procession? No one misses it. But that person didn't even notice. That much he was absorbed at his work. Prabhupada said we need that much absorption in our Krishna consciousness. If we are so absorbed in our service, there will be no time to see what is around us, especially a negativity. Otherwise, if we ourselves, we are not absorbed in our service, especially in our sadhana, so we will be easily catched by those negativity, the way iron being pulled by a magnet. If you see, there's so many types of metals are there, aluminum, stainless steel, and so many other things are there. But when magnet, it easily catches the iron. Chick. Suddenly, I don't know if you have noticed or not, in Vrindavan Dham and Puri and Mayapur, many people, they throw coins in the pond, in the river, just to make some wish out of it. They just throw it. And the local people, what they do, they have a magnet tied up with the string. As soon as they jump, they just throw the magnet and throw the magnet around the bottom of the pond. And the pond, inside they catches all the coins. So it just, good wishes for them because they just got the money. And that's why similarly, the Maya also puts some negativity here because this material world is full of this one, passion and ignorance. So whichever modes we are going throughout the whole day, we can easily catch by those activities. And the whole of our energy is drained by during that conversation. So that shows how much we are lacking in our Krishna consciousness. So that's where here Lord Shiva is giving a wonderful remedy or a solution that if you don't want to be affected by criticism, because this world will criticize you by anyway, no matter whatever you do. If you are not Krishna consciousness, there are so many people, they will tell Prabhu, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your human birth. But if you do so, there are other people say, don't you know how to enjoy the life? So either way, you will be criticized by anybody. Either you do it or you don't do it. A person gets a job and takes care of his family, he's been criticized by his whole family member. You are not taking care of us enough. I want this, I want that. You are not working hard. And if the person is not working at all, then also he's been criticized. Get some job, do something. So in either way, he's been punished by people around him. But the person who is fully in Krishna consciousness does not affect him, because there are many mouths, many statements are there. And for that statement, we get hurt by it. And we can see, when we are around with our Vaishnava community, not many devotees are on a higher level. So everybody is practicing more or less. Okay? And Srila Prabhupada says, the sincerity of your sadhana will be checked when there is a provoking situation in your life and how you handle them. Provoking situation will come. It will come either by among community here, or you go outside at work, or you travel in the train, or anywhere. There will be some people who will speak harsh upon you. So you need to know how to tolerate all these things, and it can be only handled by the amount of your sadhana. If you are reading enough, if the quality of your chanting is good enough, and your morning program is strong enough, then you can handle them very easily. If you see, there are so many sadhus there in Vrindavan, many people just, by walking and talking, they just criticize them. They just smile. Their response is just to smile, because they know he's fool. It's saying in Hindi, when you throw a stone in the dirt, so what will happen? The dirt will come upon you, not anywhere else. Or if you spit in the air, look into the sky and you spit up, what will happen? The spit will back upon you. That's it. So if the person is throwing a harsh word towards you, if you more speak to him or her, they will fire back to you. So the sadhu says, he just tolerates and he doesn't allow any argument or anything to proceed ahead. He just stops over there. He just tolerates it. Krishna also says in second chapter, Tamas titikshva bharata. Tolerate and perform your duty. Mata sprashastu konteya sitoshna sukha dukkha daha agama paino anityas tamas titikshva bharata. The honor and dishonor of this material world, they are like seasons. like winter and summer. They will come and they will go. But the intelligent person, what he does, he tolerates. And now you will see many people, they understand from this verse only just to tolerate the bad thing. No, you have to tolerate the good thing also. Because when you are happy, you have to tolerate you have to control your happiness also. Because during happiness, we act in such a way that we become the victim of insult or victim of our karma. So we have to tolerate both things. Because whether it's a good time or a bad time, they're only just for the short period of time. Because we are enjoying the karma of our previous deed. That's what it comes. So everything is impossible when how much we are giving our time to give ourselves a fully Krishna consciousness. This is a life insurance. The life insurance, the permanent life insurance is Krishna consciousness life insurance. There is no other life insurance can protect you. Many people say, sir, see, have you ever noticed in your family member or if you ever met any life insurance agent, the person who comes at your home, in front of you, he explains your wife what are the benefits of your husband's dying. When your husband will die, what are the benefits you will get? And she becomes so pleased by that. And he glorifies in such a way, madam, if you take this policy for 30 years and you pay that much amount, and at the end, when this policy is fully matured, you will get that much, and guess what, if your husband die, then you will get more. And the wife says, please lock that one, where my husband dies before the maturity. And he explains that, and no one gets click into what's happening here. Krishna consciousness life insurance is an insurance either this lifetime and all the lifetime which we're gonna take either in this birth or in the spiritual world. It's always giving you protection. What is the protection? Not to take birth again in this material world. All the problem starts the amount you are on your bodily platform. That's why he's saying, the three modes of material nature doesn't even affect me. But why did he punish that? He punished for the good for Daksha. When a saintly person, Fontaine, if you see here, he's apologizing. He's saying, it was my fault, I should not do it. But he did for the great cause, for a higher purpose, because he was not stopping anywhere. Daksha was going further, more. But somewhere sadhu has to check, or sadhu has to cut, or sadhu has to correct the person for his own benefit. Because he will not go more into hell. Prabhupada gives an example of a king. When a person does any kind of a severe activity, the king gives him a capital punishment, hang him. But does it mean he's angry with it? No, he's doing good for him, because if he leaves him in this lifetime, there will be a heavy karma upon him, because there's a principal and there is an interest. So principal plus interest, it becomes a huge amount to take them off. So he does a favor, because in the next time he's going to punish in a very severely way. So the king, he does a favor upon that criminal. In a similar way, a sadhu does a favor upon a person when he chastises it. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of study there. Narada Muni chastised many times many people. Nalakuvera, Manigriva. He chastised them. You people, being as a demigod or son of Kuvera, you don't know how to live in the society. You are not civilized. You are uncivilized people. You are naked in the river with naked women. I curse you that you become tree. That time, it was very heavy. Oh my God, you made me tree. But what was the benediction? By that curse, they were able to take the darshan of the Lord face to face. Even though they could not do it by their own spiritual strength or by any means. They have billions of lifetime to enjoy because they were the son of Kuvera. And he is the treasurer of the demigods. You know how much wealth he has? They were so intoxicated, but it was the mercy of a sadhu. Tikshva Karunikaha Suhrida Sarva Dehinam Ajat Shatrava Shantaha Sadhava Sadhu Bhushanaha. They are the 6 ornaments of a sadhu. Titikshva is very tolerant. Karunika, very merciful. So here, he is very merciful. Lord Shiva is very merciful upon him. Because he was going on and on. Whatever was upon him, whatever Daksha said to him, he smiled upon that. He just smiled and he accepted. Because he knows that he is not this body. If somebody criticizes us or chastises us, that's fair enough, we get hurt. But by the knowledge of spiritual knowledge, we check ourselves and we don't cross the limit other person has crossed. We stop there. Oh, no. He's ignorant. He doesn't know how to speak. So at least I should not open my mouth. But do you think Krishna will leave that? Krishna will punish that person. Maybe the sadhu can forgive. Krishna may or may not forgive that person. We see the case in the Dhruva Maharaj life. Dhruva Maharaj was not a devotee that time when he got chastised by his stepmother. And she was very heavy. I mean, she's directly saying, you die, you go and die, leave the body. Because once you leave the body, then you come back and pray to the Lord. Pray to Vishnu that you leave this body and come back again in my womb, then you are allowed to sit on the lap of your father. I mean how heavy for a son. He was a Kshatriya and his blood was boiling. He took it very seriously as a challenge. He says, now I will show you who am I. I will get the property bigger than, what to speak of my father, bigger than my grandfather, who is Brahmaji. And later on, when the story unfolds, we see when he becomes a Vaishnava and everything, then he says, Swami Kirtartho Arsmi Varam na yache. He says, what I was asking for, they were just pieces of glasses. I got the diamond. I don't need all these things. Please take them off. Krishna says, no. You want or you don't want, I am here to give you. He gives them. But later on, for his stepmother's mischievous behavior to a Dhruva Maharaj, she got killed. She got burned in the fire, in the forest fire, along with her son Uttama. Uttama was there. So Prabhupada write in that purport, we have to be very careful with dealing with anybody. What to speak about the Vaishnava, even the new people, the person who is not a Vaishnava, you never know if that person becomes a Vaishnava in the future. So there is a karma waiting for you. There's a karma waiting for you. So Lord Shiva is saying, please try to put yourself on a spiritual path of Vasudeva Shabditam. Platform of Vasudeva means always thinking of Krishna all the time. Which Bhagavad Gita 14 chapter text number 26, they say, Mam chayo abhyacharena bhakti yogena sevate sa gunan samatitiyatan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Means a person can come over all the three modes of material nature only when he is fully dedicated serving Lord Krishna. Then he comes to the realization of Brahma Bhuta. Then he becomes Prasannatma. Then there will be no regret at all. Anybody can say anything to him, he doesn't even take it on his heart. It's called like a full shield protection on your consciousness. What to speak about of your body. It's the whole game is all about consciousness. Krishna, consciousness. How do you put your consciousness where you can all time think about Krishna? So where is the possibility? If we check ourselves, our life, if some of you have come a year before, some 6 months before, some 5 months before, some 5 years before, 20 years before, you can see what was your dealing with this material world. Okay, if anybody say anything to you slightly, you are ready to kill that person or you are ready to fight with that person. But the amount of chanting you did every day, the amount of your service, the amount of your scripture you read every day, they are giving you so much protection that fool should not entangle with them. Do not mess with them. The more you will mess, the more your day will be spoiled. We have seen, if we have some, argument with our roommates, our whole day goes spoiled. It is just a friction. Just overlook. Certain things, just overlook. Just tolerate. One time, when GBC came to Srila Prabhupada, it's a very famous pastime. He came to Prabhupada. Prabhupada says, Prabhupada, this so-and-so temple president, he doesn't listen what I say. And he complains on. And Prabhupada's, writing something, doing on the table, and he was doing it. And he said, on and on and on. And at the end he says, sorry, Prabhupada, I can't tolerate him. Prabhupada say, just tolerate the way I'm tolerating you. So it means we forget that we are only tolerating other people because I am so great. I have been in the movement for 15, 16, 20 years, 2 years, 3 years, and I put myself in the category of senior people. Okay? I only say, I am so merciful. I am Tikshva, I am Karunika, I am Surda Sarvadehina. But the problem comes, anything, there is a slight lackness in my service, then I will curse you. Okay? But we forget that our activities are also being checked by our seniors. They are also, letting us go. They are also forgetting us. Because we don't get to know there are people somehow that knowingly or unknowingly with our activity, they have been hurt. They just let it go. And we think we are right in our side. No, they are not right. They are giving you a time so you can correct yourself before they come to you. Because when they come to you and they explain you, Prabhu, what you have done last week and that was not the right approach, come on, Prabhu, how can you say that? Do you understand in which situation I was? So I just said, this means I'm right. It doesn't work like that. Because we should be very, very fortunate enough that there is somebody who is checking our behavior every now and then. We are so fortunate. But if we have been left over, just like we call it freelance devotees. Means they just don't want to be checked by anybody. I know, I read my scripture, I know I chant my rounds, I know which service I have to do, I have to choose my service by myself. You are nowhere to put me in the roster, I know what I have to do. But in that case, Maya is playing with you. Because he's making you so puffed up, and by that time, you will do more offenses, you will more or less leave the moment, slowly, you will leave the moment. So here, Lord Shiva, who is the Mahajana, he is warning us. The more you put yourself into Krishna consciousness, the more you chant the holy name, the more you understand, and there's a submissiveness there, submissive. The more you are submissive, the more Krishna will give you a protection. It says in India, the tree who is full of fruits is always humble because he is ready to give, his whole life is meant for other people, for the whole humanity. But the tree who is proud and just standing tall, there's no fruit on him, there's no leaf on him. In a similar way, the person who is very humble, who is very submissive, he's ready to give, or he was born in this world to do some favor to the humanity. This life is meant for others, to help them. Where is the pastime? The pastime is in Dadatish Muni. Indra, Lord Vishnu told him, go to Dadachi Muni and ask him his bone. And with that bone, you make a Vraj, na? Vajra, a thunderbolt, a weapon. And by that weapon, you can kill who? Vritasura. You can kill by that. And he went there. And the Dadachi Muni, he knew very well why Indra has come, because he was a Muni. He can see past, present, and future. Easily he said it. But he tries to make a fun with him and see how serious he is. He says, sorry, I cannot give. Everyone's body is so dear to him, and he gives so many, knowledge, this and that. And then he takes over the knowledge. He says, but anyway, I'm going to die sooner or later. But anyway, my body is diminishing every single moment. I'm not the same person. So let me use this body for the greatest welfare in the service of the Lord. So what would be the glorious death if your whole life is in the service of the Lord, in the service of the humanity? You can see the life of Srila Prabhupada and all our acharyas and Srila Prabhupada's followers there, they have dedicated their whole life, every single day, something they meditate upon. How can I preach, or how can I help to spread this Krishna consciousness all over the world? In any ways, whatever talents you have, just utilize all the talents in the service of the Lord. That's how we become purified, because we all, as a living entity, we all individually have our individual spiritual strength. Somebody likes to do books, somebody likes to do arti, somebody likes to do cooking, somebody likes to do cleaning, somebody likes to do management. There's unlimited way you can serve the Lord, unlimited way you can spread this movement. You can spread the holy name, you can spread the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But while spreading, you also need some protection, because this whole world is a war, is a war field. Until and unless you are not equipped with the proper weapons, your sword is there, your bow is there, your quiver is there, arrows are there, bhala is there, and many other different types of weapons, and you are not expert how to use those. So what will happen to you in the battlefield? You will die. So this place, these temples are where they teach you how to utilize every single weapon when you go and preach outside the world, because it's not so easy. People will, anything you say, people are ready to counteract your knowledge. How can you say this? Why is it like that? Who is saying like this? Why should I trust you? So you need to be well equipped with all the knowledge. Otherwise, you will drift away. The person will defeat you. Instead of you bringing him here, he will take you there. And then you will lose the faith. That's how everything starts, when we see ourselves, we are this body. So we have to raise ourselves somehow or other, remind yourself you are not this body, you are a spirit soul, and what are the duties of a spirit soul? Make sure we fulfill in our 24 hours. Prabhupada has given a simple formula. It looks very simple, but it's so powerful. Okay, getting up early in the morning is very powerful. It's not so easy. Doing chanting throughout the whole day. The chanting becomes counting. We're just pulling our Sakshi bead, boom, 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 boom. But the morning time, you gain the strength to go and fight to the world. The people who have finished their rounds early in the morning, you can see their consciousness throughout the whole day is fully protected. All of you have come with us at Harinam, doing books. You know how hard it is. People are so harsh outside. Instead of giving you in exchange the Lakshmi or some sweet words, they abuse you. And then where you are, where you are, if somebody abuses you, then you can think, Krishna, I was doing your job and this person came and he's just, blaspheming at me. Where are you? You didn't give me any protection. Yes, I am giving you protection. You have to finish your rounds early in the morning, as early as possible, because that's where your aeroplane will fly. For an aeroplane to fly, we need a proper runway. Yeah? Can you fly your plane anywhere at Skermahon Street? Or any highway or anywhere? You cannot fly. It needs a proper runway where it runs and then it flies. So Prabhupada says your spiritual life aeroplane, it can only be fly when you are in the mode of goodness, when you do early in the morning. Because other days are not the best, but what to do if you are in a family life? Somehow you have to finish your round, you have to do it. But if you are not in a family life, you are in a brahmachari, especially you are living in the temple, no matter you are. If you have come here for a 1 day, come for the whole morning program. Come for a 6 months, come for the whole morning program. Yes, if you have any health issue, that's a different scenario. 1 or 2 days, if your health is not good, take a rest and then come back again. It's not an issue. But other time, if you try to fly your spiritual plane, you will struggle. Turbulences are there. Wind is very strong. The wind of Maya is very strong. It will not let you fly your plane. So better to fly early in the morning. Okay, it's 10 minutes to go. If anyone has any questions, I would like to answer them, or any reflection or any comments. Please. Louder.
Thank you so much for the wonderful class.
Prabhupada ki jai.
So I have one question. You said that if we do not, we should also tolerate our happiness.
I said that we should also tolerate our happiness. Yes.
Otherwise, it may lead to insult or our karma may inflict on.
Yeah.
So if you can throw more light on it, like how.
Yeah. I said that we need to tolerate not our matusparshas to kontya, our happiness also, because during the happiness we sometimes uses some words which not appropriate in our Vaishnava community. You know, when you are happy, like example of Indra. Okay, Indra was very happy. He was enjoying his life like anything, dancing going on, and all his subordinates, sir, drink som ras. He was, drinking som ras, enjoying the ladies, dancing, and so many other things. When his spiritual master came, he forgot to honor him. Okay, he forgot to honor him, and for that reason, he has to lose his all kingdom. In a similar way, when there is an honor comes, and is a name and fame is there, and when we are very happy, so when we see who is around us, our seniors are there, more seniors are there, equal to our spiritual master or their spiritual master, some great authorities are there, we try to take them over and we try to give them instruction, what they should do. So that becomes the cause. So we need to check our happiness. Happiness is also a great feeling, it is there, but it should not take over our intelligence or our mind where we offend others, especially the position. People are so intoxicated with the position, they forget that and they think, I'm so eligible, I'm so qualified that I have been put into that position. No, you are wrong. That position was before offered to somebody else. That person declined it. But if it come to you, does not matter, you are junior in your practice or in your age and many things, you can instruct the senior, in that way. No, we need to, like, one thing here is very common when we say Hari Bol. Okay, when you come here in Krishna consciousness, it's very easy to say Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. What do you mean by Hari Bol? Chant the holy names. That means you are instructing somebody. Hari Bol, Prabhu. And I have seen devotees telling Swamiji Hari Bol. Can you believe it? You cannot instruct the Swami to tell Hari Bol. He is already 24 hours doing Hari Bol. He's chanting Hare Krishna. This is the instruction. You cannot give the instruction to your senior, especially the person who is on the fourth order or as equal to as your spiritual masters. God, brother, you cannot tell them Hari Bol. You can only say, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Maharajji, Hare Krishna. And they will tell you Hari Bol. Have you ever seen? They say Hari Bol and other person says Hari Bol Maharaj. No, this is not the way. If they are bringing their level down to make us comfortable so we can open our heart to them so they can help us to grow, but that does not mean we can do the same thing with them. If they have put their hand on our shoulder just to talk to us in a very warmly way, friendly way, it does not mean we should have to put our hand on their shoulder. So there are many etiquettes are there. So the happiness, see, when a Swamiji comes and tells you and asks you, talks to you, you become so happy, yeah? You become so happy. And with that happiness, we become friendly. And we start, joking like we are joking with our friends. Some cracking some jokes, this and that, and Swamiji has to tolerate. So that's how it is. Anything else? Yes, Prabhu. It's a question or comment? Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for wonderful class. We had this one question. As you mentioned that we are often afflicted, most of the time we are afflicted by the lower modes.
Lower modes, yes.
And now here Lord Shiva is saying the only way to get out of that is to be absorbed in transcendence.
Yes.
Vasudeva Sattva.
Yeah.
But the problem is because we are affected by the lower modes, our devotional service or our our remembrance of Krishna also comes in lower modes. So we are practicing devotional service in lower modes. So when that happens, it actually does not produce the effect of being immune to the events around us. If
Yeah.
someone says something, then immediately, even though
Yeah.
we may be doing after, but someone tells something, we will react.
Yeah.
Because even though we are engaged in devotional service, but
Yeah.
because it's not on the pure platform,
Yes.
Vasudeva platform,
Yeah.
so still we are amenable to reacting. So how do we actually counter this?
It is just by Prabhu everyday practice, by listening Srimad Bhagavatam. Nasht prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavat sevaya. So only by listening Srimad Bhagavatam every day attentively, all the abhadrani, all the ignorance in our heart, it will go away. And in the morning when we chant Guru Puja, the solution is there. Prema bhakti jaha hote avidya vinasha jate. So the bhakti has to be done with prema. If that is there, then avidya will automatically go away. At least there was a time when we were fully in the mode of ignorance, or maybe I would say lower than that. But at least now we are checking ourselves. Yes, I am in the mode of ignorance. But being in the mode of ignorance, still I am doing my devotional service. Do you think Krishna will appreciate that? He will definitely appreciate that. At least there was a time you were not doing anything. But now we have come into that platform, even though we have been hurt by people and we think, we are this body, that's why we feel we are hurt. But still, Krishna is appreciating, at least in that mode, he's worshipping me. So gradually, he will come to passion and then goodness and then Shuddha Sattva, which is Vasudeva Sattva. So there is a gradual process for everything. So we are making our feet stronger in the bhakti. We are going step by step, improving. It's a gradual process. So at least we know we have come so far. Krishna appreciates that. So we need to keep going, chanting, and as I say, listening Srimad Bhagavatam, Nashta Praishu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavti Nashtaki. Then the bhakti will one day fructify with a very full blossom lotus flower. There you go. Hare Krishna, please. Hare Krishna, Philip Prabhu.
So you were mentioning next point about us not instructing the senior. And so I was wondering if you see something you think it could be perhaps done better, how do you present it to the senior?
Better to whom? Better to whom?
More efficiently, or maybe you can improve. We hear Jagai Maharaj speaking about preaching. So
Yeah.
say you see something you think it could be improved, or even like cleanliness standards.
Yeah.
How to present it to the senior, to a swami, to the spiritual master, in a way where it's not offensive or you're instructing.
Give me an example, because they already know what's happening here. You don't need to present the case ki this temple is not clean. They know it. And they have instructed us back to clean it. It's not that we need to take the matter to them, this is not clean. If it's not clean, then do it. Why to take the case there? Make sense?
I think Prabhupada and Tamal Krishna, he would give suggestions on things, have his own, he would have a way of, he would see things and they would present it and discuss. So say if you have an idea on something, I think Prabhupada wanted him to preach, to stay in India, and he wanted to preach in
Yeah.
America. And the way he convinced Prabhupada, he brought a bunch of shaved-headed brahmacharis.
Yeah. See, we need to see which context we are talking about, because every case has a different dealing. Cleaning temple, something is there. Preaching, something is there. So it has to be discussed properly with the spiritual masters, what you really want to do. But if there is something is need urgently, so may spiritual master ask you to stop the preaching for some time, do this, because once this thing is fixed, you can go back to your preaching. Make sense or not? So every case has a different understanding to deal with it. We cannot put, okay, this is what it is, this is the rule, and it has to be applied in every nook and corner. No, it doesn't work like that. Because every case has a understanding ki why you want to do that, what is the purpose. And if the spiritual master sees that ki it's not worth to do, then don't do it. Because they are very higher in their consciousness. They are very higher in their intelligence. They see if you do this, that you may get hurt your spiritual life. So better you just stop over there. Otherwise, we have many ideas. That's why the spiritual life has to be practiced under spiritual master's instruction. If he had something asked to do, then do it. Please go ahead. No need to bring our, other ideas. Okay, we can offer them, ki I thought like this, but that has to connect to the order which he gave you actually in the first day. It's not like, okay, Maharaj, I don't like that order. Can you change? Can you give me this? No. Once he gave, just follow it. That's your life and soul. Just live with it.
That's nice.
It could be a discussion. Yeah. If the instruction is very hard that you have practiced for, like you try to fulfill, you take the matter to the spiritual master and say, he can change it. You cannot change it. You can offer it. Okay, this is what's happening. I tried, not succeed. Okay, then you do in that way. That's what happened. So the spiritual matter has to be discussed with proper understanding. Speak louder, Prabhu, speak. A bit louder. Yeah, louder.
When it comes to things like saying Haribol to another devotee or similar instances of interactions, ethics.
Like peak, like same people, same age.
Just devotee interaction.
Yeah.
Ethics.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's, a lot of it is just proper education. Like I'm guilty of saying Haribol to people who
Yeah. Yeah.
my sinning.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it means.
Yeah.
Because nobody told me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
Until
Yeah.
Russian boy came from Moscow. He
Yeah.
came from Moscow.
Yeah.
And he noticed me saying Haribol to somebody. He's like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
sing devotee.
Yeah.
Oh, see. So it's when somebody's properly educated,
Yeah.
trained,
Yeah.
those things I feel like are avoided.
Yeah. No, really, it's good. That's why when you come and sit in the Bhagavatam, you learn many things. That's why it's very important to do it. Because it's okay, when you didn't know that, you said it, that's fine. But now you know, you don't say it. And I was doing the same thing in my initial days. When I got to know whether a person is junior to me, or when it's a baby, I don't even say to them Hari Bol, or just say Hare Krishna. Because how do I know who's senior to me, who is not senior to me? I cannot say, oh, I said to Swamiji Hare Krishna, now this fellow came after 3 years to me, so I should say him Hari Bol. No, just have a habit of saying Hare Krishna to everyone. Or until now, like, it's just a baby, like a 4 or 5 years old, just like that. Okay, beta, Hari Bol, just like that. We encourage them. But try to have a habit of saying Hare Krishna to everybody. It's okay. It's okay. The intelligence is the time you know I did a fault and I was ignorant, and the time you know the real way, how to do it, then correct yourself immediately. That's okay. Pleased. That's how it is. Okay? Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.